Hello everyone and welcome back to day 4 out of 14 of your yoga challenge. I'm Emma and today we'll be working on Sun Salutation B. So it'll be a Sun Salutation B themed flow, so it's not only Sun Salutation B, it'll just feel like a full class for you as well. So Sun Salutation B is a little bit more intense than Sun Salutation A. It adds like 2 more poses, but I think it's really good to add to your basics or your foundational flows, and it helps you build your own practice because it gives you that structure for entering some of the standing poses. Now to begin, we're going to start seated on top of the shins and the knees. So you can just sit like this at the back of the mat, but if you want to give this seated position a go, then feel free to try it. If it is a bit uncomfortable for you, you can always place a pillow underneath the legs here. Just to get used to it. We won't be here for too long, so just find that comfortable position and take a couple of deep breaths. Arrive here on the mat. Maybe notice how you feel this morning or today, whatever it is that you're watching this video. Bring your attention into the room. If you're comfortable here, you can remain here, or maybe slide one hand onto the chest, one onto the stomach, and to help your breathing, breathe all the way down into those hands. By doing this, we kind of add another sense to breathing. Helps us focus on the little details. Really breathe into that bottom hand. Very nice. One more breath. Good. All right, come into your tabletop position. So make your way here. If you're seated in a different way, then make your way here in whichever way is comfortable for you. And bring the wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Take a breath. We don't want to be sinking that stomach or that chest down here. We want to be lifting here. So find that neutral spine. One more breath. Very good. So make sure you have a nice base on the hands and the left knee. And from here, we're going to inhale, raise that right leg up and just hold for a breath. On the exhale, we're going to try and bring the knee to the nose. So it's totally okay if the knee doesn't make it to the nose. Just add that intention here. And then inhale again, lift the legs. We'll do this 5 times. That was 1. Exhale, knee to nose. 4. Inhale, raise the leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose. Very nice. Bring it back. Neutral position. Take a breath. Inhale, raise that left leg up and hold for a breath. Maybe notice a difference in the side as you do this. This side often feels more wobbly for me. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose for 1. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose for 2. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose. 3. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale. 4. And last one. Bring it back to that neutral position. Maybe shake the hips just a little bit. Take a breath. And then from here, tuck those toes under, peel the hips up and back, come into that downward facing dog. Maybe you need to walk the hands out, walk the feet out, bend the knees. And if you're doing this in the morning, we want to be just extra generous to ourselves. So in the morning, we're much more stiff. We want to be generous to ourselves in general in yoga. The saying no pain, no gain does not apply to yoga. So if you feel pain, ease out of the pose. So you'll be doing more harm than good. So make sure you can feel the stretch, but make sure it's not painful. Take a couple deep breaths. Very nice. One more breath. Nice. On that next exhale or inhale, come into that halfway lift. Again, your halfway lift can be up here. You can try, and if you need to bend the knees, but you can find that length in the back and the legs. Then find wherever that is for you and hold for just a breath. Exhale, fold forwards. Bend those knees. Again, be gentle with yourself. And then on the inhale, rise all the way up. Sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the arms down through the middle. Take a breath here. On the next inhale, we're going to open the arms. Just add a little bit of a chest opener here to begin. So cactus those arms, maybe add a back bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down through the middle. Right, so let's begin with the Sun Salutation B. So we'll do the modified version first, but if you need to use that modified version for the entire sequence, for the entire video, then definitely use it. And if you get tired throughout the video, you can always revert back to this modified version of the Sun Salutation B. Right, so here we go. On the inhale, reach out. This time we're gonna sink the legs back into chair pose. So don't let those knees shift over the feet. You wanna sink it back here. On the exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Slide the hands up on the legs if you need to. Exhale, step it back to your plank pose. Take a breath. Next, exhale, bring the knees down to the mat. Shift forwards and down. Keep the elbows tight. Create a right angle with the forearm and the bicep. Lower down to the mat. Inhale up. Cobra. Press that chest forward. Keep the elbows tight. Exhale, lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Take a breath. Very nice. So here we go. On the next inhale, raise that right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, around through the back and step it between the hands. So from here, normally in Sun Salutation B, we bring the heel down to the mat, pivot the foot to a 45-degree angle towards the long edge of the mat, and then rise up, knee stacked over the ankle, warrior one. But I really do not like warrior one. For my body, it feels a little bit uncomfortable here in the hip. So it is different for every person, but I don't always teach warrior one because of this. So find what feels comfortable for you. If the heel feels more comfortable and you feel sturdy here, then stay here. But if you wanna lift off of the heel and try the high lunge, this is the pose I prefer for Sun Salutation B. Because with this one, the pelvis is, we try and square it to the front, but it's never gonna completely square to the front because of that, just the way the body is. Some people's bodies may be different, but if you can lift the heel up, you can you can square those hips towards the front here. So find what feels comfortable for you and hold that position throughout the Sun Salutation Bs. Maybe experiment with it a little bit. I'm gonna hold the high lunge, so raise the arms up. And since we've been holding for a while, exhale, bring those arms down to the mat, step it back to plank. Take a breath. On the exhale, knees down, shift forwards and down. Inhale, lift the chest, cobra. Roll those shoulder blades down and back. Exhale, tabletop, and then downward facing dog. Very nice. Take a breath. Next inhale, raise the left leg up. Exhale, step it between the hands. Again, you can bring that right heel down to the mat or stay up on the toes and inhale, rise up to your high lunge. Make sure the feet are about hip width distance apart here. Take a breath. Exhale, lower those hands down to the mat. Step that left foot back. Take a breath here in plank. Lower the knees down to the mat. On the exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very nice. One more breath. On the inhale, walk up between the hands, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Now, instead of rising all the way up, we're gonna come into our chair pose. Sink those hips back, send the arms up. Exhale, rise up to that mountain pose. Very nice. Take a breath here. So we'll do the full version now. You can, again, modify, keep it to your level, to your pace, see what feels good. And if at any point the high lunge gets a little tiring for you, as we do it about 2 more times, then you can bring that knee down to the mat and head into your low lunge as well. All right, so here we go. On the inhale, sink the hips back, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back to plank. Take a breath. Again, if you need to, bring the knees down to the mat. On the next exhale, if not, try the low plank. Forearm or right angle with the forearms. Inhale, lift cobra or upward facing dog. So bringing the legs off the mat, extending the arms. Press that chest forward as much as you can. Exhale, downward facing dog. So if the pace is too fast for you, there is an option on YouTube to actually slow down the video. There's like under the little cogwheel. You can choose to do that, but we'll spend a couple breaths here in downward facing dog to let anyone catch up if they need that time. Right, when you're ready, inhale, raise the right leg up. Exhale, step it between the hands, round through that back. Rise up, high lunge or warrior one. Breathe. Exhale, bring those hands down to the mat. Step that left foot back, plank. Take a breath. Lower forwards and down. Inhale, lift the chest, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. When you do that cobra to downward facing dog, you can flip the feet over before or after as well. Very nice. Next, inhale, raise the left leg up. Exhale, step it between the hands. Inhale, rise up, high lunge or warrior one. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step it back, take a breath. Exhale, lower forwards and down. Inhale, lift the chest. Cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Whew. Building the heat. Gets harder and harder to cue the more you do your vinyasa flow. One more breath. On the next inhale, walk between the hands, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, sink those hips back, coming into chair pose now. Raise the arms up. Exhale, release. Down to the sides, very nice. So add a modification. Actually, do it one more time with a little bit more intensity, then another time with a modification. Here we go. Inhale, reach up. Sink those hips back, chair pose. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk back like normal or hop it back. Come into that plank pose. Lower down, maybe on the same breath or take a breath in plank. Inhale, rise up. Cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very nice. Take a breath. Next, inhale, raise the right leg up. Exhale, step it between the hands. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Exhale, hands down to the mat, step it back to plank, lower forwards and down. Inhale, lift cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths if you need that time to catch up. Again, you can bring those knees down to the mat for that low plank. Take your modifications. Your body will be your teacher for this, especially with that warrior and high lunge variation. Make sure you listen to your body because everyone's body is different. Just to figure out what feels good for you. Your body is the best teacher you can have when experimenting with these different positions. Very nice. Inhale, raise the left leg up. Exhale, step it between the hands. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Exhale, lower the hands down to the mat. Step it back to plank, lower forwards and down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very nice. 2 breaths. Very nice. So from here, either walk or hop between the hands, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, release, mountain pose. Very nice. So you may find out that you can go a little bit deeper, blood pressure into that forward fold as you do this. Alright, I'm feeling it. I already recorded this video once and the camera battery died, so I'm feeling the heat. Oh my goodness. Alright, inhale, reach the arms up. This time we're gonna add a variation. Exhale, open the arms, come into that cactus. Inhale, sink the hips back, chair pose. Exhale, fold forwards. This may be intense. We'll take this last one a little bit slower. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk or hop back, whichever feels better for you. Take a breath. Lower forwards and down, maybe bring the knees down. Again, that's modification you can take. Inhale, lift the chest. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very nice. Here we go. Next, inhale, raise that right leg up. Exhale, step it between the hands. Take a breath here, taking it slow. Inhale, rise up when you're ready, come into that high lunge. And we're gonna cactus the arms just like we did day 1 Sun Salutation C. But this time we're in the high lunge, not the low lunge. Very nice. Inhale, reach up. Or was it day 2? It was day 2, wasn't it? Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step it back to plank, take a breath. Again, you can bring the knees down to the mat if you're feeling tired. Or challenge yourself, come down into chaturanga. Inhale, lift, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Here we go. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, step it between the hands. If people need to catch up, we'll take a little bit of a break here. Just hold for a moment. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Again, you can always bring that knee down to the mat for this. Here we go. Inhale, rise up. Bring those arms up. Exhale, open cactus. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. Step it back to that plank. Last one. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale, forwards and down. Inhale, lift. Cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Woohoo! Almost done. On the inhale, we're gonna walk or hop between the hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, come into that chair pose. Exhale, open the chest. Rise up to that mountain. Inhale, connect the palms. Exhale, hands down through the middle. Nice. Shake it out just a little bit. Move. Very nice. Here we go. Let's cool it down. So inhale, reach up, come into that chair pose. Exhale, I'm gonna sit down. That was a big mouth click. I'm gonna sit down on the mat like this. But if that doesn't work for you, then come down on the mat and take a seat in whichever way is comfortable. And then from here, inhale and exhale, make your way onto the mat, onto your back. Very nice. So from here, place that right foot on the mat, left foot crosses over the right thigh, interlace the hands, either behind that right thigh or over the shin. So my stomach is growling a little bit. I skipped lunch. Take a breath, pull that leg in. good for lower back pain. You can feel that nice opening in the hip. Lower the right foot down to the mat, swap sides. Interlace hand over the shin or behind the left thigh. Pull it towards the body. Just breathe. Nice. Bring both feet down to the mat. We'll come into our first Shavasana of our 14-day challenge here. After that intense sequences, feels so good to get into Shavasana. So walk the feet out, point them away from your body, bring the hands next to the hips. And just relax here. So let your body melt down onto the mat. Just do a brief little Shavasana here. Make sure you relax that forehead. Relax the jaw. Relax the shoulders. Close the eyes if you haven't already. And just take some deep breaths. Just let the effect of that brief little flow soak in. Couple more deep breaths. Thank yourself for challenging yourself and moving your body today. And on the next deep inhale, sweep the arms up, get that front body stretch. Exhale, turn to one of your sides and hold for a breath. Inhale, rise on up. Come into a nice seated position. Oops. There we go. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, just bring the palms together down at the chest. Bow the head down towards the hands. There you go. Day 4 done. So tomorrow we'll work on my favorite little vinyasa flow, which is our flowy movement, which is the dancing warrior. So thank you again for practicing with me, and open that video tomorrow, get on your mat, and I will see you then.